Guy, my name is Natural Red. Liverpool have beaten Genk away from home in the Champions League 4-1. It's a great result because, recent times in the Champions League, even though we won the Champions League, our away form hasn't been that great, especially in the group stages. We lost against Napoli this season, the first game of the group stage, and last season we lost against PSG, Napoli as well, and Red Star Belgrade. So this was just important. Genk much lower side than us, obviously, right? As most teams are, and we had just had to put our authority on the thing on the game and say, nah, we're fucking European champions. We're gonna smash you and we just did that from the get go, pressing. Let's talk about the formation 4-3-3 and the lineups because we started with Matip and Trent was ruled out of the match. We saw Milner at right back and Lovren start at centre back, which was really interesting. I thought Gomez would start, but nevertheless. And then in the midfield was Keita, Ox, and Fabinho really attacking. And then Salah came back and started in the front three on the right hand side. So you're thinking, okay, very attacking. This be interesting because usually we've got Milner and Robertson as our fullbacks, attacking fullbacks, and we've got attacking midfield. We haven't seen that from Klopp, have we yet? Attacking midfield and attacking fullbacks. It's either one or the other. It's not both. So this is like an away from home in the Champions League thinking, okay, this would be interesting. But it worked from the get-go. First 2 minutes in, Ox gets a goal. He's just in so much space because he's in between their midfield and their defense's line. Fabinho plays the ball to Ox, who's in space, and he's got time to just look up and shoot. And it wasn't a great shot. It was just a low, hard finish, bottom left-hand corner. And it's just a good finish. And we go 1-0 up, first 2 minutes, thinking, yes, fucking hell, get here. Well done, son. And goals from midfield. We've been lacking that, and we've got one in 2 minutes. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, that was. And then Genk started to get into the match after that. Let me your thoughts, because I thought they played really well. First half, a little bit sloppy. Salah didn't have a great first half. And I thought Genk got through us a couple of times. I think it was Milner, Lovren, and Van Dijk, and Robert, our defense, haven't played together at all. I'm guessing Milner, Lovren, you don't expect them to play at all. So I think it's just communication issues, just problem identifying and just communicating and just talking like, all right, you go. And obviously with the midfield, usually our midfield helps with our defense. It was only Fabinho. And even though Ox and Keita are really good at pressing and their defensive duties really well, they go forward much more often than Gini Wijnaldum and Henderson. So obviously it was just a little bit just different, and that they couldn't handle it. Different pressure, different units. It was just different for them. So it was a bit hard to get into. But as the game went on, they started to get less shots getting. So obviously it's a positive, and probably Klopp told them at half time. But first half, Genk got a couple of shots in, and I was up to just simple balls over the top. Virgil got a couple of headers out of there. Lovren, I thought, was a little bit sloppy first half, and nothing much. I mean, Milner was pushing up really high, Robertson as well. So it left out what's it called, right back and left back. There was so much space on that wing for them to attack into. But obviously, Klopp changed it at half time. He just what's it called, twinkled. I think that's the word. Tweaked a couple things, just push him a little bit back, and then Genk didn't have that as many shots in the fucking first as many as the first half. We just stopped for them, which is absolutely brilliant. We get the second goal as well, just pushing it. Oxlade-Chamberlain once again. What a goal that was as well. It was so casual. It was so fucking casual, wasn't it? It was just the ball comes in and it looked like it looked like one of those passes you do with the inside foot that you just like no look, and it looked like just think just like that, and it went over the keeper, hit the crossbar in. Beautiful. RMI7 says, do you think Salah back more better than in the league? Exactly. He gets the goal after, but let's talk about the third goal. It was just a beautiful play. Obviously, we got a couple of substitutions. Gini comes on, Gomez comes on, and they play a lovely 1-2 on the right-hand side. It gets it to Bobby. Bobby, lovely vision to Salah, and then Salah, a very good assist to Sadio Mane, and he scores a lovely goal. And that makes the 3-0 thinking beautiful. 3-0 away from home. Nothing better than that. And obviously, for Salah's confidence, he gets an assist and a goal. After the goal, he gets a goal, which is absolutely just good strength. He holds up the ball, doesn't go down, just persists, gets the goal with his right foot. And Salah getting assist and a goal about 3 or 4 weeks. He's been a little bit rusty and he's got injured, so he hasn't had a great month or two. That'll get him good confidence to play against Tottenham. City coming up is very, very important. Do you think Ox will start against Spurs? Monas asks. I honestly think it'll be Anderson Wijnaldum. Thing is, because I think Trent will come back, Matip will come back, so a bit more stability at the back. I don't. I don't actually. I think because we got Arsenal in the League Cup a few days after that, because there's no Champions League for a while. So we got Tottenham, Arsenal, and then Aston Villa. So I think this midfield and maybe Milner goes into the midfield against Arsenal with Cates and Ox, for example, or Milner goes to the left back, for example. I think against Spurs it'll be Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum, and then I think against Arsenal in the League Cup. Is that, hang on, I'm going to check. Is that home and away? Is that at the Emirates or at Anfield? Let's have a look. Because it does make a difference. I think, let's have a look. Okay, we're at home at Arsenal. So I reckon we'll go Ox and Keita against Arsenal, and then Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson against Spurs. Number 7, Salzburg versus Napoli. What a game. I didn't watch it. I was watching our game, so you'll see my live reaction right after this. I'm halfway through editing, so do make sure you stay up if you live in Europe. Just wait. It's pretty good. I mean, 4 goals to 1. It's not bad live reaction, is it? But any more comments? Second half, Ox, Keita, they just look good. They just look good, don't they? They just look different. The way they move and the way they just drive, and they've got so much good technical skill, and they dribble with the ball differently to Henderson and Wijnaldum. They look uncomfortable sometimes when they dribble forward, but Keita just looks like he's just flowing on ice. It's just beautiful. It looks really natural, if you know what I mean. But any more comments? Ox had a great game. What happened to the Salzburg game? What happened in the scores? Hang on, let's have a look. 2-3 Napoli won. Fuck. Haaland gets 2 goals. Mertens gets 2 goals. Insigne with the last goal. Barcelona obviously won 2-1. Inter got a late match winner 2-0. How much point do you have in Champions League fantasy? I've got no idea, mate. No idea. Okay, Napoli versus Salzburg was a war. Really? Oh, jeez. Was it like really violent red cards? Mate, if there's a couple red cards in, a couple matches suspended, won't be too shabby, Alonso, will it? Haaland, second team scoring 3 consecutive years. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. Fuck me. He's some talent. I mean, how tall is? I wonder if Klopp is looking at him. I wonder if Klopp is looking at Timo Werner. These type of strikers, or because Brewster was on the bench today, but obviously Origi came on as our last sub, and it's just good that obviously Robertson gets about 30, 34, 40 minutes rest. Good for him. So Mano went to left back. Gomez went to right back. Gini came off for who did Gini come on? Ox, that's right. Ox got his second goal. Klopp didn't want to get a hat trick, he just get applause. So Gini came on for Ox. So Gini got about 20 minutes, and obviously Origi came on for Bobby, which is anytime we can get Bobby a rest, which is fantastic. Armour 7 says, I have 230 points in total for Champions League fantasy. Honestly, I have got no idea. Honestly, I don't know. Guys, if you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Live reaction coming up, so do make sure you do check it out and wait for that. Check out my podcast. It came out last week. It was an absolute belter. Do check it out. What's it called? That's it. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys later.